Hello, and welcome back to the I Will and I Am campaign. Today we'll be learning about willpower and how to improve and strengthen it. If you're here, you might be wondering, how can I make a significant change in my life? According to the APA, the lack of willpower is the #1 reason people don't make changes in their lives. So there are 3 things we need to do in order to make a change. First, we need motivation for change and a clear goal. Secondly, we have to monitor our behavior towards achieving that goal. Thirdly, we need the willpower to act in pursuit of our goals. So, just what is willpower? Well, there are 5 main aspects to willpower. First, the ability to resist short-term temptation for long-term goals. Secondly, the capacity to override unwanted thoughts, feelings, or impulses. Third, the ability to employ a cool cognitive system of behavior rather than a hot emotional one. Fourth, the conscious, effortful regulation of the self by the self. And lastly, a limited resource capable of being depleted. Now you may be wondering, well, how does willpower work? Imagine your willpower as a stamina bar or health bar, just like a video game. You start the day with a full tank, but then you see a cookie. Now you really want to eat it, but you're on a diet, and so you resist eating it. This takes willpower, and now you have less willpower for the rest of the day. Time goes by, you go to work, and you have to use your willpower again to resist making a smart comment to your boss, or with putting up with your rude coworkers. On your way home, you start to feel hungry, and you think, wow, I need to eat. A drive-through would be quick and easy, but you know you need to save money for one, and that the food would ruin your diet. Each time you resist the temptation, you exert more willpower. When you think about the fries, your mind says you can't have them. Then you remember you already said no to the cookies this morning. Your willpower by this point is so low that you can't use it anymore. You're basically running on E. You think, maybe fries are okay. Since I won't get the ice cream and the burger, maybe I'll get the medium fries. Actually, I think I've earned the large fries today. We do this because we're out of willpower. So what exactly affects willpower? Natural glucose intake, unrefined sugar, affects your willpower. Things that increase this intake is cherries, bananas, and blueberries. Healthy fruits. Another thing is being in a good mood. So when you feel low on willpower, watch a motivational video or sing along with your favorite artist. Get your spirits up. Another thing that affects your willpower is our beliefs and attitudes. For example, a regular drinker will have to use much more willpower to say no to a drink than with someone who is completely against drinking. And this just makes sense. Perhaps the most interesting thing that affects our willpower is our concepts about willpower itself. A psychological study showed that people who believe that their willpower is inexhaustible were able to endure things longer than those who believed that their willpower was exhaustible. You should also know that exercising willpower in one area can undermine willpower in another area. For example, using willpower to resist drinking after work may make it harder to resist watching porn at night. This is because willpower is not used just for one issue or one topic, but is universal. It doesn't matter if you curl a dumbbell or do a push-up, you're still using your arm. The same concept applies here. So the important question is, how can I improve my willpower? There are 2 main methods of improving willpower. The first method are methods of conserving willpower. One way to do this is to avoid temptation and strains on willpower. If you see cookies, it will take willpower to resist them. Choosing to not go to places and put yourself in environments where you can be tempted is key to conserving willpower. Just think, out of sight, out of mind. Another method is called implementation intention. This simply means having a plan to deal with strains on willpower, or temptations in other words. For example, if you are trying to quit watching porn, you say every time I want to watch porn, I will do 10 push-ups instead. Now, when a temptation arises in real life, you exert much less willpower resisting it by following through on your plan. The fact is, most people don't plan to fail, they simply fail to plan. The second method to improving willpower is to strengthen it. There are several ways to do this. First, give yourself motivation. By promising yourself a reward for resisting temptations, you can strengthen your willpower. For example, tell yourself, if I study for 1 hour, I'll reward myself with a bowl of grapes. Make sure that your reward is something healthy and beneficial to you. Another method of strengthening willpower is to practice using it, and this just makes sense. Start with a small task, then work your way up. If you're lactose intolerant but you love dairy, don't try quitting cold turkey, that never works. Instead, quit in stages. So start off with quitting milk for a month, then quitting milk derivatives such as creamer for another month. In the third month, you quit cheese. In the fourth month, you quit butter, and you just keep this process going until eventually you're completely dairy-free. See, you conserve willpower by not resisting everything, while at the same time you exercise and strengthen willpower by using it. A third way of increasing strength and willpower is to exercise. Physical exercise has been proven to improve willpower in almost every other area. So try a daily workout routine of just 10 to 15 minutes a day. After you wake up, right before you get into the shower, just do 10 to 15 minutes exercise, and then that willpower will be strengthened in everything. Lastly, have a focus area. Don't try to do everything at once. This is just like the dairy example, except broader. Focus on just exercising every day. Just taking a cold shower every morning. Only studying one subject each day for an hour, instead of cramming all of your subjects into one night of studying and learning nothing. Again, you conserve your willpower by not taking on the whole world, while strengthening willpower usage. Eventually, that focus area becomes a habit and requires no willpower, so now you can use your willpower in other areas. So let's recap what we've learned. First, willpower is a muscle. Secondly, like any muscle, willpower can become fatigued. But thirdly, also like any muscle, it can be strengthened. Alright, so your homework for this week is to find one thing you want to practice your willpower on and do so for 7 days. Try taking a cold shower in the morning, 10 minutes of exercise every day. Replace 1 cup of coffee with a cup of water or fruit juice, whatever you feel is appropriate for you right now. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. God bless you, and I'll see you next week.